Hello there. We're in Mr. Smith's garage again, and I finally decided I'm going to do some work on Jack because I've been talking about it forever. I'm going to start working on some of the underneath stuff. I got both the Sea-Doos that are outside the garage, both working just well and fine. I think my main thing on Izella, which was having the problems sometimes getting, it seemed like conductivity or whatever. I just put a bunch of dielectric grease on all the contacts that were up by the ECU and don't seem to be having a problem anymore. So haven't ridden them out in the water for a little while. It's been a couple weeks, but probably will sometime later on this week. Just had a little bit of time, kind of start cleaning some of this stuff out so that I can get to work on some of the things underneath Jack. I want to make sure that I kind of get everything cleaned up before I start putting stuff back together, have a clean place to run wires and that type of thing. So right now I'm going to speed you up and do some moving so I can get under there and actually do some work. Okay, basically cleaned up. Let's get a flashlight here so we can see what's going on underneath. And I'll take you underneath. So I think what I want to do under here, I think I want to take this stuff down. It's got, you know, it's just rough enough and there's enough room to get stuff underneath there that I feel like it needs to be cleaned up. And so we'll take some of this stuff down, find out where we can pull this piece off. I've got another spare part piece that's the same piece. I'll clean this one up, see how good it is. I see a rip right here, and I think my other one doesn't have any rips in it. So and then we'll see if we can pull all this stuff down. It'll probably make a little bit of a mess, but I think it'd be better to have some of it down than have it looking this way. If I really need some kind of insulation down here, which I don't think I do, I will put maybe some of that kill mat under here if I get it cleaned up. So that's the next step, is just kind of pull some of this down and see how much of a mess we create. Okay, so I have a feeling this is going to be pretty messy. Like, things are going to be falling all over me. So I grabbed this from Harbor Freight just so I can keep the stuff out of my eyes. So here we go. If you didn't notice, let's see where I'm at here. So this wire is for my reverse. This is my reverse wires on the transmission. Looks like they used speaker wire or something. And then there's a piece of speaker wire that's holding up some of this stuff. Let's see. Just want to make sure that I can actually. Yeah, let's just hold it up. Aha, there is a screw here. Forgot about that. So there's a clamp here that I took off, that's fine. But there's also a clamp here to get this piece out through. So that's what I'm working on right now. It's a little crusty. 1981 jack is, so it's been under here for a little while. Probably has never been taken out. I don't know if that's one of the things that they did was clean these things. I'm glad I'm taking it apart because I will tell you, if you haven't gone all the way back to the beginning, the story of Jack, there was a lot of spiders. So my thought was when I first, whenever I got to the point where I did my first startup, is that I was going to have a bunch of spiders blow out through the vent ducts, but I guess if I clean all this stuff up, then I won't have that problem. So let's see what we're working on. Let's get that across there. Let's see. Yeah, this whole piece comes out, so I gotta get this tandem off of there. Should just cut this and get a new one. It's pretty nasty. There are easier ways to do this. Okay, there you go. And this should just come out like so. A little tricky, but we can get it out of there. Looks like there was some brokenness down there. Okay. So yeah, that was broken down here, but it was good enough for where the hose was. Might be salvageable. I'll have to look at my other one and see how nice it is, because I do have another one that's in pretty decent shape. Okay, now that that piece is out, I have most of this stuff held up. Oh. Let's see how we can get this out of here. This looks like it might might be a full piece. Holy smokes. Oh, yeah, that's not so easy. I thought that was going to be a tough go. So let's pull that out. Let's see, we'll probably have a few across the bottom maybe. A little dirty job. Okay, so there's the bottom ones. I'm gonna figure out where the top ones are. Yep, this is dirty, that's for sure. Okay, in order to get to the bail that's kind of behind this breather, so I'm going to pull that breather off. We need to clean that thing up anyway. Is that 10 millimeter? Yeah. Let's pull this off. Can you move those parts? Let's see what we got here. Okay, I got a bunch of hoses and stuff that I got to figure out on the other side here, so let's move you over. Got that. Let me slide under here. Let's see what we got going. Yeah, I've got them all kind of hooked up in here to keep them from falling down. Okay, always good when the camera knocks over. Let's make sure I still got you recording. Yep, I do. Okay, so we had hoses that we got to pull through here, and I got one hose that's being a little stubborn. We're gonna put new hoses in here anyway, so I will cut the stubborn hose so I can at least pull this thing out. And then it should be attached also there to a fuel line, which I see. We're getting close. Boy, gotta do my own yoga here. Okay, so this is a hard line. I'm gonna cut this right here, knowing that this hard line that comes through is for this breather. Okay, there we go, breather line. Hopefully we'll remember that. So now we're going to pull this one across that way. Whew. I'm telling you, this stuff. How they got this in there, they probably didn't have the wires, so that's probably how they got it in there. You're probably not seeing this too well, but trying to get that thing out of there. Probably put all that in before the hoses and wires is what I'm going to have to assume. You can hear those wires crackling. Those guys need some replacement as well. Okay, there's my hydraulic. Let's see, what else do I've got going up here so that I don't lose sight of all the pieces. I do have, that looks like that's my return fuel line. It's on one of these plastic things that pop in, which I'm assuming is gonna, oh, nope, it didn't break, good. So I can put that back in to that hole. Hopefully I got this on film so I remember where to put stuff back. Let's see. Okay, so this is my return fuel line. It's gonna be attached back by this hole here. This one up here is brake booster. Similar thing. It is attached with this, with one of these plastic there it is. Okay, that's my brake booster return. Pull that out of there. And I don't have much timing left on my film, but let's see if this pulls down. Oh yeah, baby. That's gonna come off just fine. Pretty nasty. We're gonna come back a little bit. Bring the camera angle down. That is probably where the spiders live, huh? Well, that's some serious, we're gonna just get rid of this. Put it in half, it'll come out easier. There's. Hopefully you got to see a little bit of that. I know my battery's dying here. I want to say that I appreciate all of you, especially my subscribers. Tell your friends, tell all your neighborhood if they want to watch something cool. Mr. Smith Garage, subscribe. I'm looking for 100 subscribers so I can get a new camera so I don't have all these problems out in with the batteries. And this is a GoPro 7. I'm going to try and get something a little bit newer. Maybe the GoPro 11. I was talking about GoPro 12, but I can get GoPro 11 for $100 less, and you know, maybe I can spend some more money on jack. But I do thank you, and subscribe, and we'll get back to this. That was a mess, but I was kind of dreading doing that. That's probably what's been putting me off from doing this piece, but now I got to get in here and clean all this up, get it ready for putting stuff back in, and get this thing on the road. So once again, thanks for all you do and joining me, and we'll see you next time on Mr. Smith Garage.